The department has deployed one local officer to Jamaica this month.
At the federal government's request, Sergeant Eduardo Galutuyat spent a week in Kingston, Jamaica to assess how people there handled use of force amid the drug trade.
They respond to traffic stops with AR-15s at the ready because you never know when the gang cartel is going to drive by and shoot at you.
Galutuyat says the large Kingston police force experiences 300 officer-involved shootings a year. He may not be the last Pasadena officer to deploy to other countries on federal orders. The city's police chief has signed a memorandum that seals a partnership with the State Department's International Narcotics Division. Assistant Secretary William Brownfield heads it.
As criminal and trafficking organizations get squeezed in the south at Colombia and in the north in Mexico, as we put some pressure upon them in Central America, the logic is we will see movement toward the Caribbean.
Brownfield says he sees a growing demand for police training in Southeast Asian countries such as Indonesia and Vietnam. He says using officers from the West Coast could help the State Department understand criminal activity in those cultures and apply the information closer to home. Erica Aguilar, 89.3 KPCC.
Warner Brothers says it's postponing the release of its movie Gangster Squad, taking it off the September roster and putting it out in January. This out of respect for the victims of the Colorado theater shooting. The film's trailer has been pulled from theaters and the internet. Gangster Squad apparently includes a pivotal scene in which gangsters shoot from behind a movie screen into a crowded theater. The film is expected to be reshot and edited. Traffic on 89.3 KPCC provided by the Getzman Group, assisting businesses with financial and accounting project professionals. Online at goetzmangroup.com.
Fourth Symphony. Get your tickets for
in the Ontario area, the 10 eastbound, the pockets of slowing are between Archibald and Cherry. Looking at the 60 eastbound, the slowing there is from Phillips Ranch Road to Archibald, and the 210, the Foothill Freeway eastbound, slows between Baseline and Campus. Overnight lows with low clouds in the mid-50s to around 60. Looking for sunshine in the afternoon, highs around 70 at the beaches, around 80 farther inland, and mid-80s in the coastal valleys, inland Empire highs between 85 and 95 at 620. KPCC's stories touch people. Many, like you, share a passion about the depth and quality of the news and information they find here. We thank you for the annual memberships that make it possible. Including KPCC in your will lets us do long-term planning, which helps us provide this programming for years to come. And that gift of any size given tomorrow can bring you tax benefits today. Get details at kpcc.org/support.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Robert Siegel.
And I'm Audie Cornish. The U.S. has never won Olympic gold in judo. This year, 22-year-old Kayla Harrison is the country's best chance. Like many of the world's best athletes, her road to London wasn't easy. Reporter Karen Gibbon has her story.
Since she was little, Kayla Harrison has only had two goals: to win a world championship, which she did in 2010, and to win an Olympic gold medal, which she'll attempt for the first time in London.
I can't believe it's here. I'm so excited and I'm ready to go.
But on the second to last night, the champ's final official training before the Olympics, Harrison was frustrated. As she tries to sing moves again and again, only to have it fail against her bigger, stronger, long-sparring partners, Harrison looks for help from USA Judo's assistant coach, Big Jim Pedro.
Nah, you can't chicken wing and let go, Phil. The waste of the cash. You can't chicken wing and let go.
Big Jim is known for yelling at his athletes. Harrison's heard plenty. Pedro became her surrogate father figure when she moved to Wakefield, Massachusetts from Middletown, Ohio at the age of 16.
The thing is with Kayla is that I never stop yelling at her because I want her to get better, but I do a lot more talking to her You know, I talked to her an awful lot. I still do now. You know, we would talk all the time about life, the problems, and whatever.
The problems to which Pedro euphemistically refers had started by the time Harrison was 13, when her judo coach in Ohio began sexually abusing her. When Harrison's mom, Jeannie Yazel, found out, she saw judo not only as the means by which an abuser had gained access to her daughter, but also the means to her daughter's recovery.
I knew she loved judo, and that would pull her back in.
To put distance between Harrison and her abuser while he was awaiting trial, Yazel sent her daughter to train with the Pedros, Big Jim, and his son Jimmy, the head coach of